Good evening and welcome to Grandma's Attic Music Review. Once again, as you come here to Grandma's Attic and I'm invited into your living room, I'm bringing to you some of the best of local music. Tonight we have, let me think how to do this. Tonight we have a very, very ambitious and straightforward and insistent young man. He's been asking me to be on my show for almost a year, I think. And finally, if you beg a judge long enough, they finally just say yes to get you off their back. No, actually, he's a lot of fun. We've had a lot of great interactions on Facebook. And I'm meeting him face-to-face for the first time. You're going to love his music, as I do. And I'm going to turn it over to him because that's what it's all about. This is Papa Joe DeMaio.
Thank you very much. My first song is a song I wrote back in 1975. It was a couple of years after I got back from Vietnam. I was an angry person for quite a while. I had thought I had made the change at this point to becoming back to the hippie that I was. And one day I came out of a motel room because I was living on motel rooms or under trucks or whatever at that time. And I came out of the hotel room and I sat under this tree and I wrote the lyrics to this song. And then years later I added this music to it. This is called New Day.
This morning it was a new day. Opened my eyes and found a new way to live. Where once I saw hate, I can now find love. Where once I saw hate, I now find love to share. I was sitting beneath the oak tree, staring at the skies above. I said, Jesus, have mercy on me, teach me to love. Give me peace and freedom, help me help mankind. It's a brand new way, it's a new day. Day after lonely day, walking down that road of life. Like so many others like me, nightmares through the night. Like the hearts and sweaty souls, trying to find the past. Then one morning I woke up and saw this one truth at last. It's a I woke up this morning, it was a new day. Opened my eyes and found a new way to live. Where once I saw hate, I now find love. Where once I saw hate, I now find love to share. It's a new day.
Thank you very much. That's called New Day. The next tune I'm going to play is one that you may have heard on the radio, either with the band that I have, the Papa Joe Show, or solo. I've done both versions, and I've sent copies to 2 different radio stations, and certain ones have been played. This one is called Through Love, and it's been played a few times. I hope you enjoy it. The rain was falling through the autumn leaves. I didn't seem to care. As the rain was falling down, I looked into the air. You are just who you were. There's no reason to change. Just keep on living for love. Let the world rearrange. To love you'll find a way. It's the only way I know. Look deep inside yourself. It's the only way you know. I walked around this world in a fog, not knowing where to look. I thought life would show me the way, you know, open up the book. Then the day that I met you, girl, I finally realized I want to slow myself on down and keep you by my side. To love you'll find a way. The only way I know. Look deep inside yourself. It's the only way you know. A little love goes a long way. True love will find a way. It's the only way I know. Look deep inside yourself. It's the only way you know.
falling through the autumn leaves. I didn't seem to care. As the rain was falling down, I looked into the air. You are just who you were. There's no reason to change. You just went through the pages of time. Now you've rearranged. Through love you found your way. It's the only way I know. Look deep inside yourself. It's the only way you'll know.
Thank you. That's called Through Love. Hold on a second, I'm going to grab a water here. I forgot my holder. I usually have a water holder and I forgot it. That's all right. One time I forgot my teeth, my hearing aids, everything. I'm back. Next tune is a song that I wrote the day after one of America's, well, the world's most loved people was shot and killed. I'm talking about John Lennon, and I wrote this song the day after I finally came out of the shock of what went down. And this one is called Keep the Dream.
Goodbye, buddy, goodbye. We'll try hard not to cry. Watching you roam the sky. Goodbye, buddy, goodbye. Like scattered leaves across the earth, peaceful men are slain. Been that way ever since man's birth. Pray for peace, watch for the rain. Don't let him die in vain. Keep his dream alive. I'll pray to you all, don't let this go on. Remember what happened to John. He said, give peace a chance. Now it's up to you and me, my friend. Come on, people, let's not hesitate. Get it together before it's too late. Remember how you cried that awful day John died. That dreadful day he died. Keep the dream alive. Pray to you all, don't let this go on. Remember what happened to John. He said, love is all we need. Now it's up to you and me. Come on, people, let's not hesitate. Get it together before it's too late. Remember how you cried that awful day John died. That dreadful day he died. Keep the dream born. Been that way ever since man's birth. Pray for peace, watch for the storm. Don't let it go on. Keep his dream alive. Keep the dream alive. Keep the dream alive.
Thank you. That's called Keep the Dream, Ode to John. This next one I wrote back in the day when my third child was born. We didn't have the option of knowing whether it was a boy or a girl ahead of time. And the hospital we used to have to go to was 60 miles away. We had no car, so we used to have to get rides. The day of the birth, my wife said, "It's time. We've got a ride." Went the 60 miles, got to the doctor. The doctor said, "No, not yet." So he said, "Why don't you run around town a little bit and come back in about an hour?" So we went out, we grabbed a bite to eat, and as soon as we were done, I grabbed her by the arm and ran her around the building. People were looking out the windows going crazy. But anyway, we got back to the hospital, and the doctor said, "Not yet." Well, my ride had to go to work because he worked third shift. And so he took me home, and I had to get another ride. While I was waiting for the ride, I picked up my guitar, and I was looking out my window at the way the moon was coming through the clouds. My dogs were barking at a deer or something, and I just wrote this. It's called Lido Paul.
The crowds are low. Lido Paul says first hello. My flesh and love had turned to light, all because of my wife in the grace of God, Almighty God. Thank you, Lord, for this newborn babe. I hope and pray his soul is saved. I'll give him love and tender care. Try to teach him that you're always there to guide him, Lord, day by day. Though you're small, you're a man inside. I see it in your eyes, I feel it when you smile. Lido Paul, you know all the while about love that it comes down from above. The dogs were barking, the clouds were low. But when Paul was born many years ago, he's brought me sunshine, he's brought me joy. Now the Lord's given him his own baby boy. Lido Paul, the dogs were barking, crowds were low. Lido Paul said his first hello. It's called Lido Paul. This next song is a little extended from your average 3 or 4 minute song. It's one I wrote, I don't know, about 10, 15 years ago. It's about a soldier's first day in war, going through that war, his thoughts, and then what happens after the war. And his thoughts. This one is called Lucky. As I look at the sea of faces, my mind dances off to other places. A time gone by now, many a year. The place where I thought I'd left all my fears. The smell of death was thick in the air. I didn't matter, death didn't care. As I lay there prone on the ground, my mind was bursting, I slithered around. My body moved all on its own. Seemed like I had lost all control. Will I live to tell of this day? Will it go any other way? Seems like it was already planned. I would live to be a lucky, lucky man. I was trembling, couldn't catch my breath. My mind was numb and I could not digest all this information that was flooding in. The ground was shaking just about then. Bullets sliced all through the air. Rockets and mortars landed everywhere. As I looked around, I could tell this would be a year of living hell. Some came home limbless with nothing else to give. Others' wounds left their minds like sieves. Some of us came home not at all. Human greed was the cause of it all. Will I live to tell of this day? Could it go any other way? Seems like it was already planned. I would live to be a lucky man. I came home from that war in one piece with so many scars that just can't be seen. In my heart, the truth to their lies. Now with all this time gone by, a sight, a sound, a smell can make me cry. 40 years come and gone, single day I try to carry on, but over and over it's requiem. Here we go, starting again. Bloody faces in my dreams, seems like they're always taunting me. You made it home, now you're free. Will I live to tell of this day? Could it go any other way? Seems like it was already planned. I would live to be a lucky, lucky man. Lucky, lucky, lucky man. Lucky, lucky, lucky man. You made it home, now you're free.
That's called Lucky, with a question mark at the end. The next one I wrote back in 2006, and I've been singing it every day, whether I'm playing somewhere or just practicing at home. It happened, I think it was the day before my wife and I had a disagreement. We don't have fights. That's why we've been together 36 years. We got all the fighting done real early. But we had some sort of a disagreement, and the next morning I got up early in the morning. I couldn't sleep because of the disagreement or whatever. And so I wrote this song called Thank You, Girl.
I'm living the big life. Life is good, they say. I'm thanking the Lord, girl, for you each and every day. Would have never made it this far without your helping hand. Thanks to you and the Lord above, I'm finally a whole man. Thank you, girl. Thank you, girl. Thanks for all you've done. Thank you, girl. Thank you, girl. Our lives have just begun. Our lives have just begun. I'm living the big life. Life is good, you say. I'm thanking the Lord, girl, for you each and every day. Would have never made it this far without your helping hand. Would have gone all around, and now I'm above the man. Thank you, girl. Thank you, girl. Thanks for all you've done. Thank you, girl. Thank you, girl. Our lives have just begun. Our lives have just begun. From the very first day that I saw you, I already knew I'd like to spend my eternal life loving and being with you. From your very first glance, I could see all the love that you bring. I knew right then, and that pretty girl, you were the one to make me sing. Thank you, girl. Thank you, girl. Thanks for all you've done. Thank you, girl. Thank you, girl. Our lives have just begun. Our lives have just begun. I'm living the big life. Life is good, you see. I'm thanking the Lord every day, 'cause He's given you to me. Our love's been through thick and thin, it's been through good and bad. Every day our love just grows, it's the best thing I've ever had. Thank you, girl, thank you, girl, thanks for all you've done. Thank you, girl, thank you, girl, our lives have just begun. Our lives have just begun. Our lives have just begun. That's called Thank You, Girl.
And how much time do we have? Do we have time for one more little one?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm going to take a quick drink and do one more. This next tune I wrote just recently. I was asked to do a songwriters session in Connecticut, and it was a songwriter session and hootenanny type thing. And the thing was, all of the other songwriters had an entire month to write their songs. I was asked to join up a week before the show. So this is what I came up with. By the way, the theme was Deep, Dark Secret. And this is the way it goes.
I've got a little story that maybe I shouldn't tell. Maybe make you worry, but here it is, oh well. It started about a week ago, and it's been on my mind. Didn't know if you listen, but I'm going to sing it in rhyme. There's been there in so long, it's hard to realize. The story may not come out right. It's cloudy in my mind. It's cloudy in my mind. I wasn't sure if I could succeed. What was I to do? To write a song in 1 week, I had to see it through. I had to see it through. So here's my secret, dark and deep. I hope you were listening along. I wasn't sure what to do, but this is my little song. This is my little song. Deep, dark secret.
Okay. All right, I'm going to do one more quick one. This one's another one that I did for a songwriting session. This was for the Rhode Island Songwriters Association a few years back. And I think the theme was, no one goes backwards into the future, or something like that. And this is what I got. It's called On We Go.
With our faith, never flinching, saving grace, and loving all we can. On we go with our strength, never praising, always strong, and brotherhood of man. On we go, just glancing back to the future, right on track. On we go, just glancing back, 2 steps forward and no steps back. How could we know it would come so slow? How could we see it was meant to be? Pastures where we build our strength, then we move on straight ahead, and brotherhood again. Pastures where we build our strength, then we move on straight ahead, and on we grow, it seems. On we go, just glancing back, 2 steps forward, no steps back. On we go, just glancing back, 2 steps forward and no steps back. How could we know it would come so slow? How could we see it was meant to be? On we go with our faith, never changing, saving grace, and loving all we can. On we go with our strength, never changing, saving face, and brotherhood of man. On we go, just glancing back to the things that held us back. On we go, just glancing back, but 2 steps forward and no steps back. How could we know it would come so slow? How could we see it was meant to be? On we go.
I'm Papa Joe DeMaio. Be back in a bit.
So while Papa Joe is coming over to sit, I just want to read a little bit of encouragement to you. For those of you that are freaking out about the weather, I believe very strongly in the Farmer's Almanac, only because I watched my grandmother live by it. And this is Grandma's attic, after all. So for January, it says, temperatures, 18 degrees, which is 5 degrees below average. The precipitation, 2 inches, which is 1 inch below the average. The 1st through the 9th will see snow showers. Yeah, we saw those. And it's going to be very cold. The 10th through the 17th, which is right now, snow, then flurries, very, very cold. The 18th to the 22nd, snow, then rain, turning mild. Isn't that nice? And then the 23rd through the 27th, sunny, then rainy. If it's rainy, it's got to be warm enough, right? And quite mild. And the 28th through the 31st, we're going to see snow and cold again. So that's the rest of January from the Farmer's Almanac. I think we're really having a nice mild winter comparatively to last year. We had so much snow. Anyway, here's Joe. Hi.
Hi, glad to meet you finally.
Face to face. We've been talking
Yes.
on Facebook forever.
Yeah, seems like forever, yeah.
Yeah. So your music is interesting at best. You choose some topics that most people don't.
Yeah.
I like that.
Well, believe it or not, it kind of started as a therapy for me because I just needed an outlet.
Right.
And I couldn't
Well,
do groups
wait.
and stuff.
I want to go back a little bit.
Okay.
Did you write music before you went
Yes.
to war?
Yes, I did. And it was totally different.
Okay.
Totally different than what I do now.
And then you went overseas.
Yes.
And that was a horrible experience. I want to thank you for serving.
Thank you very much.
But it wasn't a good experience.
No, it had its moments because of its the brotherhood that we had.
Right.
But it wasn't a fun place to be, and it took me many years to get to where I'm at now, and I'm still going through therapy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the music helps a lot, and I do pick topics like the war topics and stuff. People, some of them like it, and some of them just kind of sit back and look at it and think about it, which is a good thing too, in my eyes, because that means at least they're listening and they're getting the message,
Yeah.
And then the other side I pick is my love,
I see that.
And she's my inspiration for a lot of songs.
She's quite beautiful.
Yes, she is. She's quite the lady.
Yeah.
Yes, she is.
I'm going to get to know her better.
You need to. You need to. She's a great people.
I see that. So when did you realize, that's why I wanted to go back, when did you realize that you were a musician and that you had to write music?
About 5 years old.
Okay,
Yeah.
and did you have music in your house? Were
Yeah,
you raised by musical parents?
Well, my parents weren't musical, but they listened to music a lot. Everything from like Gene Pitney. Of course, my favorite Elvis. I grew up on Elvis.
Right.
Wanted to be Elvis all the time, especially once you saw him in the movies. He always gets the girl.
Oh, yeah.
Always got the car. So, I wanted to be that guy. And so I started singing and stuff at a very early age. And then years later, I started writing, mostly poetry. But the way I wrote my poetry, it was like, hey, this stuff's already musical. So I just put it all together. And now I'm working on doing a CD, hopefully this year.
Did you have a band when you were in high school?
I had a few bands, yes. Yes, we did. And,
that must have been so much fun to be in a band in the 60s.
Oh, it was great. Because the music was the best, so you're impersonating all kinds of great people.
Right.
I was doing Eric Burden, and I was doing Elvis, I was doing Beatles, we were doing Doors, everything back then.
See, I don't hear Elvis in your influences, but you say that he influenced you.
Well,
Tell me about other influences.
John Lennon, naturally. Was one of my biggest influences. But I have to say, almost everybody that did anything in the late 50s to the mid-70s was an influence on me because I tried to do everything that was out. Any music that was out, I tried to do back then.
Right.
And all the bands that I had, we tried to keep up with what was going on, which is strange because the band I have now, the Papa Joe Show, we do mostly retro interpretive covers. And I call them interpretive covers because Papa Joe takes and puts his spin on everything he does.
Well, there's only two kinds of bands that do covers that are worth listening to. The bands that do that exactly the way that the original is, or the bands that take it and make it their own really well. And
that's what I try to do. And
exactly.
And we do. I like to do a lot of benefits through the year, and the band gets great praise at most of the benefits we've been to, and we played a few places out. We just got a new drummer, so we've only played once with the new drummer. But after this, we're going to start getting ready to do more gigs out.
That will be great.
Yeah, oh yeah, I can't wait.
I can
I love
see
it.
that. You're so excited about your music.
I love playing. I love performing.
Yeah, we see that when we watch you play. The joy just kind of flows out of you, watching you sing, and not just singing your songs, but your love songs. It's so evident that you're madly in love.
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
What has sustained your music writing throughout the year? I mean, throughout the years. Some people that don't get famous, so to speak, kind of lose interest in doing what they do. What has sustained you?
Well, to tell you the truth, I gave up for 10 or 15 years.
Really?
Yes, I did. And then because my oldest son, happens to be an internationally known metal guitarist, we went to visit them in California. Mm-hmm. And he said, "Hey, Dad, I want you to lay down some of your songs for me so I can have them." And I did. Well, my wife and I went out shopping. When we came back, he put his magic on it. And he was like, "Whoa, I got to get back into this." And since 2009, I've just been going strong.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, does he take your music often and do other things with it?
Well,
or have you decided not to let him?
Actually, here's the thing. I actually promised that Lucky song to him. Uh-huh. He's going to do whatever to that song and produce it for me and everything, because he has his own record label and everything. Right. Also. Even though he does mostly metal, he does want to do my music. But I'm looking for somebody local that's good to start recording with pretty soon. I'm going to try doing it. We're going to try working at my lead guitarist place for a while and see how that works. If it works out, then we'll produce the CD there. If not, we'll move on and go somewhere else.
Sometimes it's good to get other people to help you with that.
Yeah, just to get that outside input, you know. And
I have some names I can hook you up with. That will be a good thing. So you haven't put out a, quote, Papa Joe DeMaio full-length CD yet, but that's in the works.
Right, but years ago, I did have an 8-track. I actually did, yeah. I had
the whole room is laughing.
I had an actual click 8-track. 500
people in the room are like, 8-track.
in the middle of the song, it would click and then go to the next part. But yeah, now I'm looking to upgrade.
Oh my goodness. That's really funny because I had 8 tracks too. And yeah.
Nowhere to play them, huh?
I got rid of all my, now I want them back because I just bought for $65 a cabinet with an 8-track player and a turntable, and it all works.
Oh, whoa.
So now I want 8 tracks. That's a good
find. I've got some. I'll have to look through what I got.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, that's one of the things that's going in my new place, and we'll have your wife come in and decorate it for me.
Oh, she's excellent at decorating.
What is your biggest muse when it comes to, you said your love and of course the war, but are those your biggest muses when it comes to songwriting? And how do you process those thoughts into songs?
It's really strange. People have asked me this before, and sometimes, like when I go to these songwriter things, mm-hmm. I have to actually sit down and write a song. Mm-hmm. Other times, they just come to me, mm-hmm. and it's like I just pick up the guitar and I start going, and I keep going until it's done. And usually it takes 20, 30 minutes, and then my songs are ready, and then I work on them later on to try to polish them a little bit.
Right.
But usually, 20, 30 minutes, and I've got my songs.
So you don't make yourself sit down on a regular basis to write songs. You write when the music hits you. Yeah,
pretty much nowadays, because I'm so busy lately. Like since last June, I've been busy every weekend except maybe 2 up until now. Between the band, I've got 2 duos and my solo work. Mm-hmm. So I've been so busy I haven't even had time to sit down and write, which a week ago I started writing a song about how this all started, like my mm-hmm. son's recording of my music. And I've got 2 lyrics down.
Yeah.
and I've got the rhythm, and that's it. But I haven't had time to sit down, but I'm thinking...
You will.
Yeah, right after
will.
this, I'm going to take a little break, and I'm going to finish that song and add that to the 18 or 20 that I've got, and then pick out the best and do a CD. Well,
it sounds to me like your the music comes before the words. Is that how it works, or do the words come first?
It works both ways, actually. Sometimes I sit down and the urge comes to write a poem, and then later on I look at it and I go, hey, that rhythm that I've been playing for 14 years and I don't know what to do with, fits that, so let's put it together. Other times, I started like the one I'm working on now. I started with the rhythm and the chorus type part, and then now I'm working on the words.
Nice.
So it goes both ways, which is great. A lot of my inspiration actually just flows through the universe and God and all of that.
Right.
Nature. I love nature. I go out in my paths out in the back, and I can walk around with my dogs for 20 minutes and come in and go, ooh.
I got a song.
Yes, yeah, it works like that.
It's nice that nature and our animals inspire.
Yes, what's that little guy's name?
Jabez, and Jabez comes on my show every single time I do a show. He's my best friend.
Good boy.
He knows.
Yeah.
He knows all about it.
Yeah, he's right on it.
I say to him, you want to go to the station? And he's...
Great.
So, yeah.
That's great.
I've never seen him not want to talk to someone, though. You must have big dogs.
He
you have
came
big
to me.
dogs?
Yes, I do. And we used to have bigger dogs, and we got 2 dogs that look identical to the ones we had, but they're like half the size. But they're bigger than that. So,
well,
yeah. And he probably smelled it.
He could smell them on your wife. And
yeah.
I was a little taken back that he wasn't as friendly as normal, because he talks to everybody. Anyway, we're here to talk about you, not
yes,
the dog.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
How long have you lived in Connecticut?
Let's see. We've been in Killingly 12 years. We were there 2, 3, 4, maybe 15, 16 years, something like that.
So you didn't grow up here?
No, I'm a Rhode Islander.
Nice. Nice. This big.
Yeah.
And where did you meet this beautiful wife of yours?
In California.
Well, there you go. And you brought her here?
Yes. I told her she didn't fit in out there, which she didn't. And we brought her back here to the east, and now she's full-blown East Coast.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
It's cold out. How's she liking that?
She don't like that part.
Okay.
I'm getting older to where I don't like it too much anymore either.
I love it. Anyway, let me tell you, I have a question that I ask all my 99% of my musicians. It's really important for us to leave a legacy. You agree?
Yes.
Okay, so all of a sudden, the world is gone, with the exception of you, the instrument of your choice, and 12 children. Tell me how you're going to handle that. That's all that's left, is you, 12 children, and the instrument of your choice.
Definitely have to start writing children's songs real quick.
Okay.
That would be my guess right off the bat. I would play some of my tunes because my youngest grandson, who's like 4 or 5, every time they get in the car, he has to have my CD in the car so he can listen to Papa. So I know that kids like my music.
Yeah.
And I've had, at shows that I do, I have younger generation come up. So I think with my instrument and the thought process that I would do, I'd write a song about each one of them. And that way they would each feel special, and we could continue on from there.
That's awesome. That's a very unique answer. Different people. So, as always, we have run out of time. I could talk to you for hours. Let's do this again. As soon as you have your CD out, you come back, you bring the CD, we'll do this again. But I believe you have a song for us to take us out with?
Yeah, I can do one more.
That'd be awesome.
That would be great.
Thank you so much for coming.
All right, thank you very much for having me.
Absolutely. So while Papa Joe's getting back in place, I just want to say to you all, thank you so much for tuning in to the Grandma's Attic Music Review. You're all so special to me, I can't tell you. Remember, it's important to keep our economy here with us. The more that we shop local, I can give you all kinds of names, the more we support local musicians, artists, the more we support our economy. If we grow our economy in our community, the economy grows, and it keeps us going. If each community grew their own economy, then the world would obviously get a better economy. Let's do that. Let's support each other. Smile at a stranger tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in, and Papa Joe's going to take us out. Until next week, bye-bye and God bless.
Every way, friends and lovers will never say goodbye, 'cause we stay high on love. From the shores of Carolina, lakes and mountains of Tennessee, Oklahoma, New Mexico, Lord, seemed like an eternity without love. I've been searching for so long to find someone to fill my song. Then my eyes, they fell on you, and I found a love so brand new. I needed you and your precious love. Friends and lovers is the way it should be. Friends and lovers, good with you and me. Friends and lovers in every way. Friends and lovers, girl, will never say goodbye.